topsy-turvy game. This is Timothy New York Giants Straight Talk, powered by Online Big Blue LLC. Can't even talk after that game. I lost my voice. The Giants lose a heartbreaker 26-25 to the Los Angeles Rams. It's the dichotomy of the season. You had the Mason cry. I mean, you miss a 54-yard field goal at the end. It looks like it's going in, and it kind of just hooks to the other side. It's a game of chances. It's a game of redemption. It's a game of mistakes. It was just one of those wacky games that you would think that, I mean, this, like I said, this just wraps up the Giants' entire season. You have Tyrod Taylor throwing for over 300 yards, but then at the end of the day, missing Barkley on what could have been an easy shovel pass for that 2-point conversion. And I mean, that just kind of wrapped it up for you right there as well. You got Gunner, who had the bonehead play earlier in the game, then takes it 94 yards to his house, erasing an Amani Toomer as the longest punt return in New York Giants history. And then you have a lot of drop balls. You have Dane Belton with the first Giant for 3+ turnovers in one game since the Stevie Brown era. But then you also watched him give up multitudes of and I know people don't want to talk about it, but Dane Belton gave up multitudes of long plays on the running game and in the passing game. And like I said, it's just a bounce of the season. It's the same thing. You have on that fourth down, Jalen Hyatt's got to cut it up the field. But what happens? He kind of goes backwards. You had some big drops by Darren Waller and some big catches as well. You had Darius Slayton getting behind the secondary one more time for a big 80-yard bomb from our old buddy, the OG QB. That, of course, is Tyrod Taylor. And then at the end of the game, he's nowhere to be found. The defense plays well, has a game where they had 4 sacks today. Bobby Okereke with a sack and a half today with his 10 tackles. But then you have the disappearing act of one more Kayvon Thibodeau with only 2 tackles. Kayvon Thibodeau in the last 3 games has 3 tackles. And it's one of those things that it just wraps up the Giants. Did the Giants deserve to win this game? They sure did. They fought hard. They played hard. The defense still gave up. People are going to always talk about the defense, but they still did give up 26 points. The Rams shot themselves in the foot a couple times. Matthew Stafford had some passes that were not Stafford-like over his last 170 pass attempts or whatever it's been. And Dane Belton had just been there in the right time. Like I said, Dane Belton, I give him all the credit in the world catching the ball, because usually someone like our old buddy Kayvon Thibodeau, when he's wide open, catches the ball, he drops him. But Mason Crosby, again, like I said, with the big miss, he also missed the extra point. They had 2 missed extra points for the Rams as well. This was a fun game to watch. But if you want to look at it from a technical football standpoint, it was a sloppy game. It was a game that both teams, I always laugh, both teams in some ways deserve to lose this game as well. The Giants give up another 6 sacks. The offensive line at time was porous. There was one play that I was watching on the offensive line. First of all, the Giants still can't pick up stunts. We haven't been able to pick up stunts for the last 5 years. But there was one play that I was dying that Tyrod Taylor took a sack. The guy was a free run right at Taylor. Pugh and Schmidt were blocking the same man. I mean, you literally cannot make this stuff up. They were blocking the same guy. It wasn't even an interior stunt. They just were blocking. They just went on the same assignment to block the same guy. And like I said, it just wraps up the entire season for what it is. This is literally what the Giants season is. They have their ups, they have their downs. They have their moments where they look like an NFL team, and then they have their moments where it looks like it's the Follies. It's the football Follies. Anyone remember those from the old NFL films days? But I'm not upset that they lost. I'm more upset with the fact and the manner that they lost, because it was a hard fought game. I can't even say it was a well fought game, because there was plenty of mistakes on the Giants' end. There was plenty of mistakes on the end for the Rams itself as well. But at the end of the day, you got to take a good team, a well coached team, a well disciplined team puts this away, and that's what the Giants are not. The Giants have their moments. The Giants have their minutes of clarity. The Giants just. But at the end of the day, they're just not that well coached team, and I put that on. And there was a lot of mistakes on both ends, on both the defensive side and the offensive side. So it's, there's plenty of blame to go. There would have been plenty of praise to go around, but there also would have been plenty of blame to go around. And like I said, it was this weird game that you watched and you were like, I just can't believe I'm watching this, because of the fact that at 1 minute someone makes a bonehead play, and the next minute they find redemption, and then the next minute they make the bonehead play again. On a 5-win team, though, I'm getting a little sick of Brian Dable yelling at his players on the sidelines. On a 5-win team, especially rookies. The way he went after Jalen Hyatt, I'm kind of done with him. I'm kind of done with that. You were supposed to be a teacher. You were supposed to be the offensive guru. You were supposed to be the mentor. And when it gets bad, you kind of turn into Pat Shurmur and start going after and blaming your players. To me, that's coaching. That's all I'm going to say about that with the Jalen Hyatt thing. But like I said, it was just one of these weird ass games. And what's funny though? I got to give all the credit in the world to Mark Sanchez, because evidently Mark Sanchez never made a mistake, never did anything on the football field. Everything that Mark Sanchez sees is, well, if he, this would have been a touchdown if he did this. This would have been this if he did this. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get that, Mark, but you're Captain Butt Fumble. So, we're just gonna leave it at that, Captain Butt Fumble. Oh, we got the last game against the Eagles coming up, so that'll be fun. That'll be interesting to watch. We won't have a video tomorrow, but we will have one on Tuesday along with the live stream. And again, I wish everyone a happy New Year's. Be safe, be sound. This is Tim, this is New York Giants Straight Talk, and don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell because you want to know why. That'd be awesome.